Here once again, another NFL preview for you. Season's almost here, so we getting it done, man. Today it's the NFC South. Uh, Nothing much. For those that don't know, I do live in Georgia, so I'm see the Falcons games every week, even though they're not my team. But I do give my opinion on the Falcons. I think y'all be. I think all my Georgia folks will be um, happy about it. Um, but the NFC South, I think, is going to be a down year for the NFC South. I think a lot of it has to do with inconsequential or unforeseeable things. I think is going to be the downfall for this division because over the last couple of years, this has been one of the strongest divisions. But I think this year it's not going to work out well. You know what I mean? But without further ado, get the first team. Let's get the first team out the way. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love Bruce Arians. I love me some Bruce Arians. Like I love Bruce Arians. I think he's a great coach. And the fact of the matter if Jameis Winston can't if he can't get it well with if he can't get it well with Bruce Arians, like you might be out the league, bro. I mean, you might be out the league. And Jameis Winston is the perfect example of you can have all the talent in the world, you can have all the weapons in the world, and for some reason you just can't get it. I don't know what it is. And I like Jameis Winston. I thought he was gonna be. I didn't think he was gonna wreck the league or anything, but I thought he was gonna be a pretty good player. So and then not to mention the reason he really has to show up. Let's just be real about this, and this is my GM talking. This is me as a GM talking. If Jameis don't get it together early, y'all might be seeing Tua Tagovailoa. I think that's his name. Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama. Y'all might be seeing Tua in Tampa. That listen, that's your marketing campaign. Tua in Tampa. Yeah, get ready. You know what I'm saying? Of course, with Bruce Arians comes a brand new coaching staff across the board. They lost Deshaun Jackson. Of course, he's back in Philly. So I don't expect too much improvement on the offensive side of the ball. The defense really suffered. No Gerald McCoy anymore. So, but they brought in a lot of free agents. My stupid behind didn't write any of them down. Probably because they weren't notable people. Probably just kind of role player guys. Nobody, no kind of standouts. And then they spent 6 out of their 8 draft picks on the defense. So we're looking at a young defense. I think they're going to give up a lot of points this season, simply because they're going to have a young defense. Uh, 5-11 is their final record, and it's a rebuilding year. I think they'll be better next year. And nothing against Bruce Arians, nothing against the Tampa Bay organization. I just think this is just going to be a down year for them. The Carolina Panthers. Now, the Carolina Panthers are my X Factor team for the NFC South. They can go either way. Unfortunately, I do not have them doing that well this season. North Turner, great offensive coordinator. If you saw what I said about Mike Zimmer in the NFC North preview, I'm down for Mike Zimmer all day long, and I feel the same way about North Turner. And what do the two have in common? Mike Zimmer was the DC, North Turner was the OC for the Super Bowl winning Cowboys back in the 90s. So I'm down for what they're selling all day long. But at the same time, looking at all their free agent transactions and draft, it ain't They didn't get any help for Cam Newton. All he got is Greg Olsen again. You know what I mean? They got a couple of names at wide receiver, but they're guys that we ain't heard from in a while. I think they picked up Torrey Smith. I think they I want to say Adam Humphries, but don't quote me on that. I wish I had my notes with me. So please forgive me. They got some decent names at wide, but none of them are number ones. That's the point I'm trying to make. They're guys you've definitely heard of, but ain't none of them number ones. You know what I'm saying? So Christian McCaffrey's gonna do his thing. Christian McCaffrey's gonna do his thing, and Cam's gonna do his thing as 6'5", 250. You know what I mean? He's gonna do his thing at the quarterback position, but I still don't think they have enough around him on the offense. I just don't. Like if I'm a secondary, if I'm the Bucks, Saints, and the Falcons, I'm not scared of Cam Newton throwing the ball this year. I'm just not, unless it's to Greg Olsen, because Greg Olsen dude is a beast. They lost 4 defensive starters, including Julius Peppers and Thomas Davis. Georgia boy. Listen, man, Thomas Davis was the man at UGA. He was the man at UGA. He was the man ever since he came into the league. Julius Peppers, he wasn't gonna play forever. And the crazy thing was he was effective last season. He was effective. He actually contributed to the defense. So, those are 2 defensive studs right there. They're gone. And because of this, Ron Rivera's coaching of the defense is going to come into play. We're going to see just how serious of a defensive coach Ron Rivera is this season. So, and it's probably going to determine whether or not he remains in Carolina too, because a lot of people are saying he's on the hot seat. So I think it's been about 4 years since they were in the Super Bowl and got demolished by the Broncos. So, it is what it is. That's the way it is. I also got the Panthers going 5-11. It's not that I don't think they're a good team, but you didn't get any help for Cam. There are no veterans on defense. And I just think there are two other teams in the division that are better than they are. That's really what it comes down to. It's really what it comes down to. Now, one of the main reasons they're an X factor though, is new ownership. That might have rejuvenated some people. You know what I mean? But a lot of times when you have new ownership, they want to bring their people in, and they want to make changes based on how they want things to run. So, that comes into play. Okay, so the New Orleans Saints are my next team. There are 3 things that are going to determine the success of the Saints season. One of them they've already done. They signed Michael Thomas. Before I made this video, I put on my notes that signing Michael Thomas was a priority. As of now that I'm making this video, they have signed him. But there are 2 more things that I don't know if the Saints are going to be able to do. The other one is they need a viable backup for Alvin Kamara. Mark Ingram's gone. So them red zone trips are going to get a whole lot harder. They're going to get a whole lot harder because teams are now going to look at the Saints like, yo, he ain't got Mark Ingram. Shoot, either Alvin Kamara is going to run to the outside, or Drew Brees is going to try to throw it in. So we're not going to stack the box that much. Now, maybe they might have a running back that they might have a bruiser type of running back that might help them out. I don't know. Based on the names, I'm not familiar with anyone. I don't know. But for the most part, Alvin Kamara is getting the workload. We're going to see how much he can handle it. And I liked Alvin Kamara out of Tennessee. Like, if there was a reason Tennessee was going to beat Georgia, it was because of Alvin Kamara. I know that for a fact. Okay? Alvin Kamara was a beast at Tennessee. But the second and the most glaring thing that will hold the Saints back this season is road games. Everybody knows the Saints do not play well on the road. Everybody knows the Saints don't play well on the road. They're damn near impossible at the Superdome. But boy, when they go on the road, it's a problem. And with those things in mind, those three things have to happen. They have to have a viable backup for Kamara, and they got to win on the road. They've already signed Michael Thomas. Out of those three things, I don't think they're going to do. They only did one of them. They might do the Kamara thing, but I do not believe they're going to win on the road. I'm sorry, Saints fans. This has nothing to do with my affiliation from being from Georgia. I'm not a Falcons fan. Y'all have not proved to me y'all can win on the road consistently. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees is going to be great. That one thing you ain't got to worry about. Drew Brees is going to be great. Next topic. But I do like the Jared Cook pickup. He might be the X factor for this division. Usually I know I mentioned quarterbacks, but for this division, Jared Cook might be the X factor for the whole division. You know what I'm saying? And defense has to play better. Their defense played well. They got to play better. And so with all that said, I got the Saints going 8-8. Ironically, 8 home games, 8 road games. They win all their home games. They lose all their road games. I mean, it is what it is. And watch this. This is how much I don't believe in the Saints on the road. The Saints have the toughest non-opponent schedule in the division. You ready for this? They have the Rams, Seahawks, Bears, Titans, and Chargers all on the road. All grass fields, all on the road. That is killer, yo. That's killer. I feel sorry for the Saints. I'll put it like this. If they win, that's 5 games. That's five tough road games. If they win 3 of them, they win in the Super Bowl. I'm claiming it right now. If the Saints win 3 of those 5 road games, y'all can hold me to it. They're going to the Super Bowl and winning it. Because you gotta be ready for those teams. And God forbid they play the Seahawks and the Bears and the Titans in the winter. Oh my gosh, it ain't happening. They definitely not winning those games. If they got the Seahawks and Bears, Bears, and Titans from November and on, that's a wrap. I'm sorry. It's a wrap. I'm sorry, Saints fans. It's a wrap, man. Hey, it's a wrap. But last but not least, the team I have winning the division is the Atlanta Falcons. And the reason I chose the Atlanta Falcons is because a lot of people forget. When they went to the Super Bowl that year, it was offense. It was Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, Tevin Coleman, and Devontae Freeman. Them boys was playing. Them boys was balling. But also, that defense. We found out Keanu Neal and Deion Jones were the truth. Them boys know how to play some football. And so last season, a lot of people forget the defense was decimated. They lost damn near the whole defense. They were playing with scrubs. I mean, not scrubs. Not scrubs. They were playing with backups. last year on defense. So like, and if you really look at the schedule, as guys started coming back, they won their last 3 games. So even I think they were 7-9. They could have easily been 4-12. The Falcons could have easily been 4-12, but they won their last 3 games and ended with a 7-9 record. And that I think that had to do with a lot. I think that had to do a lot with guys coming back on defense. You know what I'm saying? So y'all look out for that. Because the defense is healthy now. So let's just hope no more freak accidents happen to the whole defense. No Tevin Coleman. So Devontae Freeman's gonna get all the workload. They have Hedo Smith. I like Hedo Smith. I liked him out of college. So I forgot what college he went to, but I liked him out of college. So hopefully he can show up the way Tevin Coleman show up. And let's be real, Matt Ryan needed some offensive line help. He needed some offensive line help, which they addressed in the offseason. They got him some help for that offensive line in the offseason. So expect Matt Ryan to be slinging that ball, and hopefully their run blocking will be better, and Devontae Freeman will be back. So we gonna see what the Falcons gonna do this season. I got the Falcons winning the division with a 10-6 record. Nothing. I just think they're just gonna be better this year. They're gonna end up with the 3rd seed in the playoffs, so they'll get a home game. They might get 2. They'll definitely get 1 home game. They might get 2, depending on how the playoffs shake up. But that's what it is. That's my NFC South. I'm doing the NFC West, and I'm doing the NFC and AFC West next week, and then the week after that, the AFC and the NFC East, probably the two most popular divisions in football, simply because of one team in the AFC East and simply because of every team in the NFC East. It is what it is. But it's your boy Billy Mack. Please like, subscribe, share for your boy. Please support the channel. Watch my other videos. I talk about relationships. I talk about, just general topics of things I believe in, things I want to talk about. So please like, subscribe, share. Holla at your boy. Peace. I know that came out of nowhere. Holla at your boy. Peace.